All right, Tuesday, July 7th, recap for the paper today. The front page of the Dallas Morning News was two gay guys holding their marriage license from a holdout county in Texas. A lot of the clerks in certain counties in Texas are not happy with the ruling from the Supreme Court, so they're refusing to issue licenses. But there was one county, Hood County. Just in case you didn't know, Texas has 429,000 counties. But in that county, their lady was holding out, and finally she caved in, and she said it was a misunderstanding, whatever. Right now, though, the governor of Texas and the attorney general of Texas, they're all stating that they would rather be on the wrong side of history than violate their moral beliefs, and I absolutely agree wholeheartedly. You know, we have this lady columnist in Dallas Morning News. Actually, there's two people that are, oh man, just, you can almost write what, they're the biggest Kool-Aid drinkers of anybody I ever met. You can almost write what they're going to say in response to anything a conservative or a Christian does. So she writes this, edited this piece, you know, a column opinion piece. Oh, wrong side of history? What did they learn, that they're being on the wrong side of history is full of buffoons? You know, this is a blowhard. Jacqueline Floyd. If you want some toilet paper, just pick up her article and use that to wipe. But, you know, I don't understand why this is front page news, to be honest with you. I don't know why anytime there's anything that has to do with queers, that it's got to be front page. You know, we get it. You like dudes, you know, women on whatever. You like that? We don't need it front page, man. I don't need to see it every 2 minutes. You know, they want to have equal life, equal this. Well, stop crying. It's not like it was slavery, you know. It's not like it was apartheid. Gosh. South Carolina voted to bring the flag, Confederate flag down. Now in the Senate, now it goes to their house to see if it'll be official. What would I say to all the Confederate flag? Listen, I understand that the people in the South want to honor the people that fought in the Confederacy, and they don't want that totally tarnished and diminished just by people who find the flag offensive, because there were soldiers and generals on that side that people respected and liked, and family members, bloodlines, etc. I would just say, hey, you can take that flag, you know, here, we'll make a new flag that honors our Confederate forebears, and it'll be this, and now that flag that you say is offensive, fine, don't fly it. We'll use this one now, you know. Probably don't want to. They probably think the flag is sacred or something. But Greeks voted to no on the austerity measure. Greeks part of the European Union, and what happened was they went bankrupt, and the European Union that they're a part of said, look, we'll go ahead and we'll help you. We'll give you this bailout, and there's some measures you're going to have to enforce on condition of getting this money to help you. Well, they did that for a little while. They didn't do it well. And now they're going bankrupt again. So, Germany and France, the rest of the European Union is saying, fine, we'll give you more money, but there's going to be more austerity measures, which is, cutting back and tightening the belt. So this prime minister said, no, I'm going to put the vote to my people, and so he puts the vote to the people, and he's telling them, if you vote no for these austerity measures, you'll give me more bargaining power at the table, with the creditors. To make it better. Right now they can only get $65 a day out of their banks, and it's just a nightmare. But on the upside, can you imagine if they had Bitcoin? It'd be awesome. All their phones, all their money would be right here on their phones. Wouldn't need to be holding it anywhere. Oh, you need to buy bread? No, bing, goes right to the bread owner stuff. That would solve their problem. That's why Bitcoin's being used primarily. The United States is lagging behind everybody. Everybody else is using Bitcoin. But, Greece still remains a place nobody wants to go to. So, Baylor University, the Baptist University here in Texas, Baptist in name only, the alumni are arguing with the school. The alumni are saying, look, we bring in a lot of money. We have things that we want to talk about and address and directions the school's going, but some of the new leadership there is trying to push them aside. Now they're going to court about it, and seeing who is going to remain you know, the dominant voice in what happens to Baylor. Houston quintuplets go home. It was the first quintuplets born in the United States that were all female. They were born in Houston, and they went home the other day. A little boy killed himself with his grandparents' gun. That was horrible. There's been a lot of those in the paper lately. I would say I opened the paper. You know, I've read the paper every day for the last 8 years without missing a beat. No matter where I'm at, if I'm in the hospital, I read the paper every day. And I would say probably at least 3 times a week there's a kid who shot himself or shot somebody else with a family member's gun. Happens. That and drownings happen quite frequent. So that was really sad. San Francisco right now, there's a uproar about what's happening there. San Francisco likes to fancy itself as a free city and a refuge city for illegal immigrants. Well, this guy who had been deported 5 times, multiple offenses, and it's also a federal offense to when you're deported and you come back and have to be deported again. Deported 5 times, and out of jail on another charge because the San Francisco sheriff didn't want to bow down to the ICE rules and just says, hey, you know, we're a safe city. He can be running free. Well, he killed a person, and so thank you for that. So people are really, really upset with San Francisco as its status as a sanctuary city, and I wouldn't be surprised if that sheriff got sued. Bill Cosby, he had some records in a lawsuit that had happened about, I think it was about 12 years ago or 15 years ago. Anyways, the Associated Press wanted parts of that unsealed, and it was unsealed, parts of it, and it showed that under oath, Bill Cosby said he had given women Quaaludes in order to drug them for sex, and so that's really just shameful. Shameful, shameful, shameful. And he's 70-something now. And he's been calling the accusers, you know, liars and stuff. And sad. Another guy was bit by a shark off the North Carolina coast. So this is the 8th guy. 8 times? I'm not kidding. I literally have opened the paper. Shark bite. Shark bite. Shark bite. Shark bite. 8 times off this North Carolina coast. Stop going in the dang water, man. Go up the coast. And it kind of ruins that whole, more chance to be bit by a shark. Not in North Carolina. You have more chance of being bit by a shark in North Carolina than crossing the street. Marijuana lobbyists are in full swing for presidents. They're trying to get all the presidents on board with weed. I'm sure some of them will and already have been. Get high on weed. More ISIS attacks. Oh, but in better news, we've started bombing that city called Raqqa, which is the home base for the militants. That's where they gather. That they actually have a government headquarters there for ISIS, and that's where they leave and they go out to these different places and attack. But we finally started dropping bombs on there, and I dropped leaflets that said, you have 1 hour to evacuate, or the whole place is being leveled, and then level it. And see where the innocents run, and see where the other guys run, and drop a few more on them. But Boko Haram, which is another Islamic, ideology offshoot over in Africa, it killed 60 people yesterday in a village. I mean, it's so sad that African soldiers and the governments there, I don't know what they're doing and why it's so easy for these villages to be raided. Now, on the fair side to them, I guess, some of these more remote places you can't get there quick, but it's sad. There was a high school kid that got in a fight with another high school kid here in Dallas, and they were from competing high schools, basketball players, and he killed him. And the mom wanted murder charges being brought up on this kid, so he was brought to court and everything. The prosecutor offered deferred adjudication. In Texas, it's really interesting. Not a lot of states do this. In Texas, if the prosecutor thinks that they won't win a jury trial or that it'll be tough, they'll turn to the defendant and say, how about this? We're going to give you deferred adjudication. We know you murdered the hooker, but we're going to give you deferred adjudication. You commit no crimes for the next 10 years, and it's like it never happened. Commit one, all charges are brought against you, and you admit to killing. So there won't be no worry about a trial. You know, you're saying, I killed this person, I agreed. When the trial comes, I admit guilt, everything. And so there's murderers walking on the street. But anyways, this kid murdered this high school kid, and he got deferred adjudication. And the mom said to the prosecutor, why are you doing this? The prosecutor said, because some of the witnesses aren't testifying. The trial would have been, we might not have won this. It might have been tough. And the mom's like, I don't care. I want a trial. But, you know, we are the people. And so the prosecutor represents us as the people. So it does outweigh what she wants. But I agree with her. Starbucks is raising its prices by a lot starting today. And so the price will start going up. Oreo is trying to make a thinner cookie. Yeah, that's not going to work. Have you been to the supermarket and seen all those Oreo? Double stuff, triple stuff. Next, you're just going to buy a jar of the Oreo cream. Screw the cookie. You just, oh, are these the Oreo creams? Oh, great. Blah. Cast that Oreo cream on waffle, you know, cookie. Thinner cookie. Who's buying the thinner cookie? If you're eating cookies and you need them thin, you probably shouldn't be eating cookies. Anyways, that's the end of the day today.